A lot of people have been getting this wrongly. Remember when I was talking about starts within you. When you feel uncomfortable asking about question, if you feel uncomfortable asking about pains because you have not overcome your fear, you're still dwelling with that fear. I don't know if you guys like watching Netflix movie Avatar in the Netflix, and the movie Avatar is like the person in the shadow in the mind of the person that's like always haunting the girl, and it's like you need to overcome that fear in order for you to change. That is literally the fear that you need to overcome in order for you to ask the great finding questions. If you cannot overcome your fear, that your question is always going to be the surface level. And that's why a lot of people, oh, you need to go to level 3 pains because you need to overcome your fear. If you cannot overcome that fear, you will not be able to ask problem question. You feel weird about it. You feel like, should I ask the question? Because what? Because you have that fear inside of you. That's why the first thing you're gonna know is to overcome that fear. And maybe you don't even know it. That is the scariest part. You have that fear and you don't even know it. You have that fear because you have been so fixated with that. I need to close the deals. I need to ask this question. I need to follow the script. And maybe some of you have been thinking like, I don't have any fear, but you actually have that fear when you're asking that question. If you are overcoming that fear already, you know what to ask, you know what the timing is, you know what answer that you're expecting, you know what is the next step after that. That is literally overcoming your fear. Be in that state of that faith. Truly believe on who you are, what are you solving, and you know what kind of problems that you can solve, that you are helping other people with this situation, with this solution. That is the true faith. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you have more fear on you or do you have more faith on you? This faith and fear is everything that determines your question about this problem findings. You need to work within inner self. How can you do that? Practice it. Take more action. Always have the rule of 100 questions. If you're asking 100 questions, that you might be sufficient enough, proficient enough to have mastery on that subject. But if you don't even ask questions, I don't know what you're doing. You're just pretending you're knowing, you're assuming things. Failure. So don't assume things. Ask the assumption question. Ask the trust question. You need to ask that. So that's secret number one. Secret number two is all about active listening and focus. Write it down. When the prospect says any words, you need to have full awareness on what they say and how they say it. When prospect says any words, you need to have full awareness of what they say and how they say it. I take example, very easy example. If you are doing your pitch and you say that, hey, would you be interested if you can get 15 more clients this month, blah, blah, blah. And the person says to you, yeah, maybe. I'll check that later. Will you still share the link with them? But here's the reality. A lot of you are sending the link. Because why? Because you're so desperate. Nobody's saying yes to me. And you're kind of trying, oh, maybe this is a yes. You need to do active listening. When they say yes, maybe I'll do it later. When you're doing some outreach and they say to you, like, yeah, I'm busy, call me later. They thought that you thought it's just like, it's a yes, but you just can't call later. It's not the case. They're just rejecting you and you just don't know it because you didn't have active listening and focus. If you can really give your attention to active listening and focus, you'll be able to find the problems easier. This is the secret number 3. And this is even more important. You need to know how to ask the right question at the right time. If you hesitate to ask the question, if you don't know what you should ask, that is the fear. And you might not knowing it. And you might feel that, yeah, I just don't know what to ask. But eventually, it is super important for you to realize it. Because if you don't, you will miss all the chance to nurture them. You miss all the chance to keep talking to them because they will see you as a weird person. They will see you as a salesperson that trying to close them and they will go away from you. They will not talking to you anymore and you lost the leads and it costing you time and money.